What up everybody, it's AJ and welcome back to more Satisfactory here. I believe this is probably episode 10 if I had to remember how all my videos are going so far. I believe this is episode 10, and in this one what we'll be doing is trying to proceed through all of these mini tasks that are in here, these milestones, tier 3 and tier 4. I'm actually probably just gonna go ahead and this one done right here just so I can get the inventory slots. And then we're gonna work our way through tier 4. And this all requires a lot of steel production in order to get this stuff made. And the reason why I'm doing this is just so that I can actually start to build my steel production plan, which is gonna be way over here. You can already see it there in the distance. We're gonna basically, while we're working on everything else, build this up and get all the upgrades that we can to get this all operating, because remember in the last video we were able to figure out that I can actually overclock the foundry there to get 90 ingots per minute of steel to be able to produce the steel pipes and the steel beams at its full efficiency with just the 60 node there and then splitting this pure node. But I need to get to Mach 3 in order to get everything up and running. But in the meantime, we're gonna start to build this up and then try to get those beams and pipes made to get most of, if not all of these mini milestones done. And then once these are all done, we will start our task of trying to complete phase 2, but that's probably gonna be a while. That's probably gonna be in a couple of videos in the future. But yep, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's go ahead and start just building this building right here up, and then trying to work our way through all these tasks. So the first task that I have, you can see it on the top right there, I have Fix-It Blueprints up. And I'm actually almost done with this. I just need to get about 100 more beams made and then send it into the ship, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so this is that typical 5v5 building that I mentioned earlier. It's just a stack of 5 layers. And then the very top layer contains the foundry, and then we're gonna work our way down. So the very top layer is just the foundry, and then the layer below that will be the splitting of the steel going into 2 constructors in order to make the beams and the pipes. And that's all I'm gonna do for now on this building, because then if I need to continue further, I got to see what else is necessarily required in order to make any future things. I may have done a little bit too much with this building, but that's okay. I mean, we kind of overcompensate, and then we'll work our way back if needed. All right, so this is gonna be a Mach 2 going into there, and this is gonna come down into this floor, which will be dedicated to a lot of splitting. So now this is 90 ingots going out. We need 60 going into one constructor, and then the remaining 30 going into another. We do logistics, splitter, right here. Okay, this becomes 3 out. Where's the one that needs 60? Is it on, did I put it here? All right, so this far side right here. Okay, so this is 30 out, 30 out, 30 out. All I need to do is make a merger and have it go this way. Like this. And then put a conveyor belt here. And then put this conveyor belt here. So that brings the 30 going out this way, and then another 30 out merging back into here. This becomes 60 right here. Going out that way, and then this way is the remaining 30. Crazy. That's actually easy, and I can actually probably combine, if that's all it is, like so. Okay, so this is 60 going out into here for the steel beams, and then this is the remaining 30 going into here for the steel pipes. That should be all I need. And then I am going to go ahead and make these go into containers on this floor. And then if I need to add these to go to anywhere else, I'll just have them go to the next floor down. And I can probably split it before it goes into a container. So I should be good to power this up, and everything should be made. So let me go ahead and get the power connected over into here. And these are now being made. So we now have steel beams. And we now have steel pipes being made. And it makes 2 each time. I believe steel beams is 1 per time, so that's fine. 15 per minute versus 30 per minute. 20 per minute, okay. Yeah, this is already at 77. This is already at 103. This is moving really well. And it's not even fully optimized yet. Actually, it's actually pretty close. Why is that actually pretty close? I may not need to... Oh, no, it's because of the 180 coming out of that container over there. I have that pure node is overclocked, and so it's doing 180, and it's pretty close to the splitter, so it's actually working out almost how you want it. It's slightly off. That's why it's slightly off, because the conveyor belt coming straight out of that miner is not Mach 3, it's Mach 2. So that's why everything's off by like a percentage. The foundry's at 100, but these are off by like 1%. Yeah, 98, and this is off at 99. That's why it's not fully optimized, but it's right there though. It's really close. This game is so satisfying when your math and your planning and everything, like your layout that you're doing in your head or on a piece of paper or like on another document or something like that, and you envision it, and then you go and actually make it, and then it actually works. It's so satisfying, because one, it's like, dang, I actually can do this, and two is like you just see all the numbers go up and everything, and then you start to see it combined with all your previous projects, and you're really starting to make a true massive plant, true massive factory, and it looks really cool. So that's why this game is so popular and so much fun to play. All right, so blueprints are done. Send that up. All right, so next up is gonna be vehicular transport. So I can get this done real quick. This is pretty easy. All this is already made actually, so this is already actually done. I already have it in my inventory. Oh, I can't. I have to wait for the pod to return. This should move pretty fast. All right. Transporting is done for vehicles. And player's been upgraded, so I got more inventory. Just like that. So cool. All right, let's set up the next one. This is gonna be Logistics 3, which needs a decent amount of stuff, but it should all be starting to work actually, so... the 200 plates and the 200 beams and the 200 pipes are basically done already. I just have to get these reinforced iron plates. What I could do is, if I want to have everything funneling into this building, it's going to be a massive project, but it could work. And that is basically have them all funnel to this 3rd floor right here. Or this 1st floor. I could make it the very 1st floor down below here. Have them come down and just have a line of all of my materials that I need coming into here. Or I could just leave them in their respective buildings and then just make it a hypertube so I can get there fast. I think either or works. Alright. Yeah, this has already got 200. Safe. And 200 of these. Safe. I'm going to take the extra amount just so I can actually start to build, if necessary, anything else. Alright, that does get back to operations. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna be moving through these checkpoints pretty fast because of everything that we've done up to this point. I think the next thing after this is gonna be the Mach 2 miners, which basically double the output of whatever the node you're at is. So instead of 30, 60, 120, it becomes 60, 120, 240, which is insane. Send it. Mach 3. There we go. Yeah, so Mach 3 literally uses the beams. So I just got to put Mach 3 right here. And it is basically working how it's planned. This looks a little funky, but it's doing what it's supposed to. So this is now 180 coming out. That goes into here. 90, 90. So this is Mach 2. And this is Mach 2. That is split. Oh, crap. That's wrong up there. I gotta fix that. There we go. Alright. So everything's basically working here now. They're getting all their stuff. This is already fully maxed out, though, anyway. Alright, so we got tier 3 done. We're now on to advanced steel production, which gets us to the necessary things, actually, for phase 2. I can also get hypertubes made, but in order to do that, I need to get advanced steel to make encased industrial beams. So this is what's next. Guess we do this. Here we go. You know what? Now that I think about it, I probably will make a huge conveyor belt system coming back to this factory, because we need a lot of these materials to come back into assemblers, and then I can just mix and match the conveyor belts to get them to be made and then send up into the space elevator for each phase. That may actually be the plan. All right, this one's done too. Send that up, that right there, and the 500 concrete. We got advanced steel production now complete, and we can now make Mach 3 miners, and we can also start making more advanced concrete stuff. Next up is expanded power infrastructure for power storages, which is just, it stores excess power. Connects to a power grid to store excess power produced. This stored power can be harnessed if power grid consumption exceeds production. Well, this is basically easy to make as well. It needs a 2,000 wire, 200 modular frames, 100 beams, and then encased beams, which I believe are made from beams and concrete. If I recall, I actually already have that in my inventory at 58, so I'm actually okay. What does it take to make this? Yeah, it's beams and concrete, which I already have being produced, but I have to put them in an assembler to be made, huh? Yeah, they're made in an assembler. Dang, the pod won't return for another 8 minutes? That was a major milestone. That's crazy. There we go. And just like that, expanded power infrastructure is done. I didn't even have to make the encased beams. I got lucky with that crashed pod that had some already laying next to it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to plan. There's something I want to buy. It's these personal elevators. This is what I need to get. It's right here. Personal elevator. This is what I need to unlock, because this will allow me to go up high really fast and then expand outward using the tubes, I believe. So this is what I need to unlock. It takes 10 of these. I have 5 currently. Oh, I lied. I only have 2. So I need to kill some bugs. So the idea that I want to do is, at this point right here, make an elevator that goes up really high and then goes all the way up to those 3 buildings over there, and then have it so that they're actually funneling into that building. I may need to make like an entry point. That's gonna be such a massive build. That's gonna be just crazy. I'm gonna make this 3rd floor, have the assemblers going into each one of those. I'm gonna have 6 assemblers going into these onto this floor, so that's where they funnel into. We're getting to that point, everybody, that we're gonna have to start doing some crazy builds. I'm gonna have to use my imagination. Alright, so this is done. That came back. So let's get expanded power taken care of. Send that up. That's done for. Alright. This didn't really give me much. It just gave me power storage. I'm well in the range. Hey, please, Ada, shut up. Thank you. I'm well okay. I'm still like 1,000 megawatts the capacity. Having that much coal generators is working perfectly for me. Alright, so next up is hypertubes, which is another 50 encased industrial beams, the 300 steel pipes, and 500 copper sheets. This is the last thing of tier 4, and then we really have to start working on phase 2. And just like that, tier 4 is now complete, and there is nothing left that we can do for milestones. until we complete phase 2. Tier 4 is done, tier 3 is done. We now have to do phase 2 in order to get 5 and 6 unlocked. I think quartz is gonna be the next thing because I think I remember these crystal oscillators being very important. And I also gotta get these blade runners. And I need to get the silica made. Because that's 6 inventory slots, and then we can get the vehicle. Yeah, I think that's what's next that I need to do. What is the rifle? Rifle ammo. Oh. That requires oil. Yeah, we gotta start working on this. We gotta start doing some of this stuff. I guess what I could do actually is there is a crash site that I saw that's way over there by the sulfur. Let's go check that out real quick before we end this video here just to see what I unlock. Because I don't quite remember what I unlock by putting power into these drop pods. That should have power going to it. Yeah, it's lit up, so I should have power. Operational, open it. It gives you a hard drive. What's this? So does this hard drive improve something regarding the MAM research or something like that? Does it give me more tabs or more stuff that I can learn about? I don't remember what's so important about this hard drive. Scan the hard drive. It takes 10 minutes to scan the hard drive? I guess I'll just let that run. Let me just chill here in my room. What is this game anyways? What is this? Level 1. What are you supposed to do here? Oh, you just gotta fill the cube. It's a series of puzzles. Try to get as many points. Oh, there's a line there. Oh, I see. I get it. Interesting. And there's not anything else I can do. Oh, wait, no. Nope. Nothing else I can do. Send it. 547. I got a star. What do I get for getting a star? Nothing. Okay. This is just a little mini game to kill time, I suppose. How much time's left? We still got 6 minutes. Oh my gosh. MAM research is done. Alright, what did this unlock? This took 10 minutes. It better be worth something. Hard drive scan has been completed. The scan hard drive has been added to your hard drive library.
Hard drive analysis completed. Alternative recipe selection.
Oh, it gives you alternate recipes. So I've now learned alternate fused quartz crystals and fine concrete. Oh, I have to choose. Well, the thing about this is they're both needed for the same thing. Oh, you can also rescan for you can only use it usable once. One requires limestone and then also needs, this just needs 2 nodes in order to make this. Concrete's pretty easy. I'll do the fine quartz. All right, well, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. We are gonna be doing a lot of building in the next one. I'm gonna be basically connecting a whole bunch of stuff to this top layer right here. And hopefully I'll have enough to be able to get that elevator to get around. But the idea is we're just gonna be expanding and turning to each building. We're just trying to expand out to each building, pretty much. So we're gonna be needing one going out that way, and then another one going out this way to these 3 buildings over here. And then this one over here is gonna be needing to expand further towards the quartz, because we're gonna be starting to make those silica things in the next one as well. Because I need to get the glass and all that situated with the quartz, and so that we can do that. So this is gonna be quite crazy. And then I have something special planned for the waterfall cave that we found in the previous video, and I want to try to make, I'm gonna be basically turning that into something that I feel like is gonna be really cool. And it's gonna be something that I kind of just thought of, like, that is sick, I'm gonna do it. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But yeah, we basically got the basic steel production done. We're now needing to actually start preparing ourselves for completing phase 2, which I think what I'm gonna do is convert this 3rd floor beneath me right here. This one right here, that's right beneath all of this. This is gonna be like our merging floor. So there's gonna be a series of 6 assemblers on this floor beneath us, and then leading up into this space elevator. So That's what I'm gonna do there, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of other stuff converging into the floors underneath, like the first floor or something, and then work our way up from there. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Can't wait. Just basically trying to make it so that I don't have to really have to travel all the way to these buildings over and over and over. I can just chill out at this main hub and wait for everything to come to me. I think that's what I'm gonna try to work on. It's gonna be quite the project. It's probably gonna take a very long video in order to get it all done. Maybe multiple videos, who knows. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this will turn out, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.